Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We'll wait for a couple of guys to join before I start, but basically as we're working on this thing, right? That there. So, yeah, hollowing out the handle. And I decided to take a bit of a smoke break. I've got my Galactic Hand of Truth, of no pain rather, on, which is basically a chemical glove. One of those thick rubber chemical gloves that I've coated in graphite. Yeah. And you can see it's been cut as well. So, and it still goes, yeah. Still goes, but basically this thing throws off tremendous shards of steel, and they end up as little, no thorns in your flesh. And, yeah, it's not fun. So, protection, man, protection. It looks like I'm doing some other weird freaking experiment, and all the jackets and stuff is not because it's cold, yeah. It's also protection, and you'll notice the lack of eye protection, yeah, because I'm wearing optovisors. That is cool. Stuff end up in your hair and the whole works on your forehead, but not in your eyes, which is where you really, really, really don't want them, yeah. Okay, so comments are active. Go ahead, tune me something. I don't have any banners. Go. Is there a banner? Can I do a banner? Yeah. Questions go. You know the story? Yeah. On this one, I don't have any branding, man. So there's no real stuff on here. Comments, we've got two. Sean, how's it going, buddy? Alex, how's it going, bud? Yeah, man, we're cooking up some steel. Yeah, some steel. Oh, no broth. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the screen. The camera is on this side, so it looks like I'm cross-eyed. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I haven't figured out. Well, I actually have figured out a way, and I've bought a small little tripod. But my new camera light is on there, and seeing that we're not really recording, I haven't got it set up, but it's starting to get there. We've got Jonas. How's it going? But I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, brother. You will just be laughing at me. Neil, how's it going, brother? When you popping around again, man? Yeah, man, I love integrals. I've always admired guys making them, and I've made a fair amount of them in the past. Billy, how's it going? And on this one, I've just started to play. It started off as a one-on-one class with a student. He wanted to know how to draw the heel on these things and how to get them as far back possible. Yeah, man. So we did a one-on-one class. This was forged from a 20 millimeter round bar, so just under an inch. And yeah, so I ended up one. He finished his. And then I said, no, just leaving that transition area as just, yeah, it's just too easy. Can't be done. I can't just do it like that. So I decided to, get a bit creative with it. But as you're grinding the flats on this, I always hollow the handles as opposed to freaking drilling 2 million holes in there and just structurally screwing up whatever this thing is. So there's just a 50 mil hollow. Yeah. But me being me, I can't leave that thing like that, man. No one's going to ever see it. I realize this. But that is a lot better, isn't it? A lot cleaner, a lot neater. Done. And every step that you do it as good as you can. Yeah. Whether someone sees it or not, I know it. So I've basically scribed a line around this on both sides, hollowed out most of the material out there. And the reason we hollow out the material is twofold. Number one, it's easier to create an extreme flat on something where you've only got a ridge as opposed to that entire material surface. And then number two, it removes weight out of the handle, so the knife becomes more, lighter in the hand and faster in the blade. Yeah, not really applicable on this, but I make the decisions, and that is what I do. Yeah, don't skip just because someone is not going to see it. and I forgot put my phone on silent. Sorry, gentlemen, ladies, if there are any. Sean, yeah, buddy. What's Alex on again? Yeah, but smithing is playing. Yeah, so if you work with a plan, it's easy as that. This guy wanted to know how I do it, so I did it. He got to take a knife home. I, in general, don't finish the knives I do in classes, but I quite like the shape. I would have loved it a bit longer, maybe 2.5 inches longer. But it's a nice. It's talking to me. Yeah, it's a nice little variation from the standard where I would do another dagger. So we'll be halfway up against another dagger already. So it's nice, man. It's a nice little get to play on something else, and this has led to me playing a bit of carving again. Listen, hombre, I don't even know if I spelled it right. But in my mind, it made sense. Yeah, so that's the only thing that matters, man. Buenos dias. That's the only thing I can do. Yeah. Matt, how's it going, brother? Oh, dude. Yeah, let's not go there. There's only one rule, and that rule says don't screw up. That's it. So whatever you do, I mean, do it to the best of your ability. If you end up at McDonald's flipping burgers, be the best burger flipper you can be. If you in front of your drill press drilling a single hole, be the best fucking most. Make sure it's the most accurate hole that you can drill. Yeah, and that goes for everything. Todd, if you're shaving, as you can see, make sure you do the best shave job you can. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Just don't limit yourself to saying, "Hey, no, that's good enough." Good enough is never good enough, man. Bloody cold. No, not really, brother. It is a bit chilly, but this is protective clothing because guys are giving me freaking crap for not wearing. Yeah, buddy, I am, Neil. I am enjoying working on this thing, and I think it's pretty as well. I wanted to do a little ball in there, but now that I've kind of started carving that little ball in there, it's not enough. Don't know. So I need to figure something else out. I would have loved a copper overlay on this. And then my wife looked at me like I'm completely fucking bonkers. Oh, no. I can still do it. Because copper you can fold in there, yeah? But the problem is that there's a taper at the back here. So there's no, well, I can squish it. No, it won't go through. It doesn't matter what I do. No, so I was thinking of taking a piece of copper, measured on there, trim it out, do a piercing on it so you create a pattern through it, and then fold it, pull it over there, rack it so you can stretch it out again, and then shrink it on there. But that is, I wouldn't say physically impossible, but it's just, I'm going to end up calling myself stupid when I do that. Yeah. And on a knife, this thing has got a limited, a financial turnaround. Yeah. So I will only get so much on this thing. Doesn't matter if I carve this thing or blah, 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 blah. Victor! Still at it, buddy. Still at it, and I'm blaming you. 100%. Whether it was your fault or not, yeah, it's your fault. It's easy as that. That is my good mate, Mr. Victor. Yeah? Mr. Victor Danzel. He's a good dude, man. Do the copper. You just want to see me spend another 200 million hours on this thing. Yeah, and I end up giving it away. I don't know. No, we're not going to go there. That was a nice idea. I refer to those as brain farts because you never know is a good or a bad idea until you start thinking about the time factor. And then becomes a really stupid idea. Yeah, so it might be a good idea for another project, but on this one, no. Because I want to quickly drain this coffee before I get it full of metal shards, and I do need to trim my beard, man. All right, you're right. So let's get kitted and get carving. This is going to be fairly boring. The guys out there, I'm using a ball nose cutter. So we'll bring this down a tad more. I'll actually be working this plane here. So there's the ball nose cutter. Yeah. So this is a chemical glove that I just coated in graphite. This was done a couple of years ago. And the graphite just helps that the shards don't stick. Got my protection on, and now I am just carving away at this thing. Yeah. Fairly simple. Yeah, make it nice and neat. And I'm not really pressing. Let the carbide cutter that you paid for your neck for, let that do the work, yeah? One tip, don't rub off your bluing so you can't see the bloody line anymore. I think the chickens are back in the shop. All right, so I do want to just quickly talk about something. So why don't I go and drill 2,000 holes through this thing? It should make enormous sense because especially on a stock removal knife, this is where you see the guys drilling holes through the handles to lighten the handle. It's essentially you're sitting with a flat bar. Drilling holes through the flat bar, you're creating a sieve. Yeah, and that sieve has got zero structural integrity compared to just a solid piece of flat bar. Now imagine if you take that piece of flat bar and you put two bars, one at the top, one at the bottom, you are creating an I-beam. An I-beam is structurally 1,000 times more. I'm not grabbing a number out of my ass here, but it is a lot stronger than a flat bar. I-beam is a lot stronger than a flat bar. Yeah. So by not drilling holes into the steel, by creating an I-beam, essentially, taking my flat bar, and tapered is a lot stronger than parallel. We all know this. Creating a hollow on this side and a hollow on that side is structurally more sound than drilling the fucking thing full of holes. And the justification that guys are using is saying that the glue will go through the hole and bond to the glue on the other side. Just use fucking proper glue, yeah? And don't just rely on the glue as your setup. That's why you put in pins. Don't just put a pin in, grind it off and saying, hey, that thing will keep because the glue is holding it. Do a mechanical fit. And that's why the guys are doming the pins. Yeah, does that make sense? That's it. That was the lesson for today. We are standing on the shoulders of greatness. And what I mean with that is there are guys that have gone before us thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, that has figured this out before the high quality glues that were available today. Yeah. I mean, back then, if they wanted a glue, they had to go and melt a horse, right? Now, today, we've got a lot better stuff. Jonas, yeah, man, but I'm not using a Dremel. Yeah, a Dremel in my shop is like a curse word. Dremel is the biggest load of crap you can spend your money on. It's a hobby little tool. Go and get yourself a Fordham SR Flexi Shaft. Fordham model SR Flexi Shaft, which is this thing here. It is made to run at least 12 hours a day, man. It's got a variable speed pedal. Lightly tap it. It's like the gas pedal in your car. And she goes slow. Yeah, push down on it, and then you get 20,000 RPM. So there's different models. I specifically use the SR, which is nice. Yeah, there are various knockoffs and blah, 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 and even the crappiest knockoff is still, in my mind, better than a Dremel. Why am I saying that? You would swear that I had a Dremel in my shop at one time. Yeah, it doesn't last, man. It doesn't last. And Dremel is just an overrated, fucking extremely expensive little thing. Just don't. Sorry, I know that you weren't referring to the Dremel brand. I just don't like it, man. Really, really don't like it. Bucks, dit gaan goed, ou mater. En daar by jou. Yeah, duct tape, man. So Jack is saying, so if you've got those things in your hand and you want to get rid of it, then duct tape works brilliantly. I prefer, I don't know, avoiding the situation completely. So all of that little shards, see, it looks like glitter. No, it's not man glitter. So all of that little glittering that you see on here would have ended up in my skin. Yeah, it's like hugging a cactus. It's never a good thing, man. It's not fun at all. Shitload. Yeah, that is the technical term. It is stronger. It's got variable speed. It's foot operated. Man, it is brilliant. Malcolm, how's it going, buddy? Fancy. That is the word you're looking for. So the word for today is fancy smancy. Yeah? So let me go fancy smancy up this thing further. You see, or is my pup in the way? Ooh, I just thought about a nice little justification for doing this. So, why would I rather hollow out this than drill holes? Think about this. This is like a really fancy ass fuller. Yeah? Do you see guys who make swords go and make this 1 meter blade and then drill it full fucking holes to make it lighter? So what does a fuller do? And no, it's not a fucking blood groove. We create the fuller piece of flat bar with edges on it. That's what you have with a sword, right? It's a very long sword. This thing will bend on its own weight. So what you're doing is essentially by carving a fuller into this thing or hammering a fuller, however you do it, call your alien mate, goes, there's a fuller. Doesn't matter. What it does, it adds 4 extra corners to it, which stiffens up the blade, which essentially let the smith make a lighter, therefore faster piece, just keeping the structural integrity. Yeah, so I'm skill again. I keep on looking at myself on the fucking screen where I should be looking at the camera. I suck at this, but we all know this, yeah? So, rant, you're a rant. Matt, you got it, buddy. Various Archer and Colkill, which is about, I don't know, as the crow flies, about 7 Ks from you, right? Oh, it might even be less. I don't know. Yeah, it's about 7 Ks. The Lion Park is full. So, yeah, it's about 7 Ks from me, man. And he reckons he can hear my my little drill going. Now, if I was going full tilt on Fordham SR, there you go. Thanks, brother. Jack, I appreciate it, man. I imagine I had a patient that could say something. You would be hearing her screams all the way down the Colkill, man. I also just want to touch on technique when it comes to this one. And sorry, gentlemen, let me just get this. Yes, sir. Hello. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Guys from Korea, guys.
Excellent. 6 to open.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, sorry about that. I couldn't mute my phone, man. These guys need to come and collect quite a few packages, which forges and casting furnaces and stuff that has to go to their respective new homes, which is brilliant, yeah? I love this courier service, man. The guys rock. And, yeah, I can sit on my ass, work, and they get to drive around for me. I love it. Okay, but talking about technique on this, when carving, you never want to carve in straight lines. Why does it? Because I'm using a bulber. Well, this is an oval. But doing this in small little circles, as you see me, you are literally just scraping off. And it's the easiest way to keep a surface flat. And not just sticking in one direction. You'll see me every now and then turning this thing, working at just a slightly different angle. And that helps you getting a fairly smooth surface. Service. Just ran out of English there. Surface. Yeah? Robert, how's it going, buddy? See you at the end of the month, man. What material are you planning on using for the handle? Tim, I have got no idea. I do have a fairly broad selection, and I've been asked this question by quite a few guys. I mean, I can go as exotic as fossilized walrus ivory, elephant ivory, which is legal in South Africa, seeing that I've got CITES permits for them. But you can't ship that internationally. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. I do have a couple of guys interested in this piece internationally, so might as well go with what can happen, what I can put on there. So, I was thinking leopard wood. I do have a extremely beautiful piece that's already in slabs. can't do giraffe bone because that is now also CITES classified. I can't, classified. Can't do black ivory or African blackwood because that's also CITES classified. So I don't know. I've got a fair selection of burls, but it's in blocks, and I would hate to cut those blocks up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Will I do synthetic on this? Fuck no. Never. Never, ever. So it will be natural. Yeah, dude. Yes, it will, but then also it will not. I mean, I hollowed it out with a 50 mil. Yeah. I also have a 30 mil, 25 wide that I can go and do this in. But no, Jack as a goldsmith, I've already had years and years and years and years of practice with this little baby in his hand. Yeah. I am still the beginners when it comes to using this thing. The hand stability only gets developed through practice. So doing this where no one will ever see it once the scales are on, unless I make it a takedown, and a full tang takedown is just fucking stupid. But anyway, I need the practice with this thing. Yeah, so you practice. Done. I have not done even close to 1,000 hours, never mind 10,000 hours on this thing. I might have about, let's call it just over 600 hours with this thing in my hand, which is not nearly what I would like to get to. But yeah, man, practice. All right. That is looking fairly cool so far. Yeah. So still 20 guys. Got nothing better to do. So I don't know how many of you guys picked up on that. I was still cutting straight to get rid of material, and as soon as the material was gone, there were grooves in there. So then I started doing this to clean it out, yeah? But I am basically going to cut this right here because I see my phone is vibrating like mad, so there's obviously someone that needs to get a hold of me. there were 2 international phone calls. If one of them were you this morning, don't phone me from the fucking US without checking what my time zone is. Yeah. I do not appreciate getting phone calls at 3 a.m. when I'm nicely curled up behind my wife. Yeah. I ain't going to fucking answer the phone. It's as easy as that. Done. I'm not going to phone you back when you can't even consider me. So think about it. It's as easy. I'm located in South Africa. Yeah. It's not the same time zone than you in the States. Done. We, in general, Central Eastern Time, I'm about 7 hours ahead of you. Yeah. So it's not 8 o'clock in the after, 8 o'clock in the evening there is not 8 o'clock in the evening here. Yeah. So think about that before you just give me another call. But anyway, otherwise, load me on WhatsApp and send me a message. That's fairly easy, man. And then international phone calls based on our mobile service providers, I pay for half of the phone call. So 3 o'clock in the morning, you think I'm going to answer that phone? Fuck no. So, yeah, that was my rant. It's another one. Don't you have something to hand send? Me? No. Wild olive on the handle. Robert, no. It'll be cool, but no, it's too easy, man. It's too easy. Oh crap, Jack. Yeah, I forget it. I keep on forgetting about it, man. So Jack is making me a dagger. And it's a custom commission. And I need to get some of that walrus ivory to him. I'm gonna play with that thing. Where we're at Quest has asked me where my coffee is. Dude, my coffee's finished, but we're going to stop this thing. See, there's the last dregs. But now in there's metal shards mixed with it. And we don't want to drink that. Yeah, I've got enough iron in my diet. Klaar gedruk, daar's hy, man. Jonas, what the hell, dude? It's 3:30. Go. Sleep, dude. Sleep. As a student, I would have gone, yeah, no. Last time I didn't sleep was with the 48-hour dagger build a couple of weeks ago. And I tell you, it took me a couple of days just to recover from that. I'm not as young as I think I am, yeah? I don't put highlights in my beard. These are all natural, man. I jokingly tell my kids half of this, that's the youngest one, and the real bunch on this side, that's the eldest. Yeah, and at 14, at 16, I'm going gray overnight. But anyway, ladies, gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, thank you for spending a bit of time with me. Let me just get this freaking camera going. Thank you for spending a bit of time with me. Really appreciate that. And, well, we'll catch you on the flip side, yeah? Let me go do this side and the other one and waiting for the courier to pop in. I think he's at the gate at the moment. But there we go. Thank you for tuning in. I will be doing these live streams more often than I have been because I've got more time behind my bench and not behind the grinder. And I don't want to take the cameras into the grind room anymore, man. I've already lost one because of the dust in there. And then I make dust out here. But at least that dust is a lot finer, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to go screw up kit. And I've just invested in proper studio lights as well, as none of them is fitted. This is still the fluorescent overhead, and that's why my forehead is so nice and shiny. So it's just the standard light still. I've just assembled the lights, put them on their stands, and I'm looking at the two over there at the moment. Something's coming. That's all I can say. Ruan, how's it going, buddy? It's an absolute pleasure, man. I hope someone at least paid attention, and if you got something out of the comment, say, well, this is what I learned out of it. Yeah. If you don't, and if you're fingerboard or keyboard shy and don't want to say anything, hey, that's good as well. But I hope that at least this inspired one single person to go out and do something. If this solved some of the problem you've been having, or considering you no longer to drill your handles full of holes, mission accomplished. Right, so go out into your garage, into your shop, into wherever, and go and make stuff. Yeah, be creative, man. Even if it's on quick on your accounting, be creative. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. And we'll see you on the flip side.